little single leg balance series here. Now 80% of running or walking takes place on, well 100% of running takes place on one leg, 80% of walking takes place on one leg. So it's really important that we have a concerted effort to train those positions. We don't want to rush through this. We want to make sure the foot's not wobbling. If it's teeter-tottering, the hip's having a tough time communicating with it, trying to stabilize. If there's no stability sensed in the foot, the hip's going to have to try to take that. So we want to make sure that from the foot up, we're as stable as we possibly can. The first way we're going to try to test this on one leg is just small hip circles, making sure that the bottom foot isn't going side to side again. It's got to be locked in place. So go as big as you can while that bottom foot isn't compensating and the toes aren't gripping. That's a big part too. Ideally do this with your toes pulled up, still finding that tripod between the big toe, the pinky toe, and then the heel. So the metatarsal heads on the balls and the feet, because the toes are pulled up. So we still want the tripod though through the ball of the foot, sensing that stability, and then just 10 circles one way, okay, 10 circles the other way. Picture this leg just kind of hanging off your body. It's just dead weight. It's literally just there to throw your center of mass off, so this leg has to deal with it. So that's the first thing on that one. The next thing we can do here is either a straight leg flexion where we kind of kick out, or we can keep that knee bent and get a little bit more out of it. Whereas for this one, we're just going to stay one leg, pull up here, keep the toes pulled up. The height of this leg isn't super important. It's the down leg we're worried about. So the down leg here again, we're trying to push down into the ground. We're trying to pull up. We're trying to get as tall as we can. This leg is working overtime to kind of compensate for this. So we want to feel lots of glute. We might feel some arch. Calf is definitely going to work. But we're actively pushing. We're actively pulling. It's not about the height of this leg. It's about how hard we can push here, trying to get just that little bit taller. So that's the straight leg flexion where we're pulling up. Ideally, we're going to go for about a minute on that one. Push up to about 2, 3 is at the highest end of that. You're really gonna have to kind of fight to get that one going. The third thing we're gonna do here is a bent knee, IR, ER. So we're basically gonna go like a knee flexion here. And we're just gonna put one finger on the knee and you're just gonna slowly IR and then ER. So internal rotation, external rotation, coming from the hip or using the heel to kind of direct the movement. Once we get going, we can kind of speed it up a little bit. And we're just warming that joint up, still balancing on this leg here, pushing long through the ground, so just controlling those rotations out of the hip/knee flexion position there.